Hey everybody, it's me again. I just finished up my internship at Primate World, and now it's time to tell you all about it. So let's get started here. We'll start the day by coming in and prepping over 100 pounds of food that the animals will get throughout the day, and we also will prep training diets and primate chow that the animals will get as part of their training programs. We also will take 15 pounds of that and take it up to the roof, and we will give it to the gorillas. Sometimes it's a toss, sometimes we drop it through skylights, and it's all a part of the enrichment plan so that the gorillas have to forage and look for their food. We would do about 5 drops in a day, and 3 to 5 of those times we will include an enrichment item of some kind to get everyone engaged, keep them thinking, keep them working on problems, and just kind of keeping them interested in what's going on around them. Afterwards, we'll start cleaning one of the areas, and it's on a rotation, and they get the stuff cleaned out and put new straw enrichment items. Sometimes we get stuff like Cheerios and such put in. Other times, like on birthdays, we'll put a chow cake with present box and other kinds of fun stuff. In this one, Hadia here turned 27, so she got a nice little birthday surprise. Afterwards, at some point, we'll have me usually go over and give the naked mole rats their food, clean out their bathroom space, and just give them their nice stuff. Then we'll break for lunch for about an hour, and then we come back with the intent of doing enrichment stuff and getting more food drops, and it's always fun trying to figure out what to do. We'll also do some training, like here with Tujo, and then we'll give more enrichment items and such, more food. Then we have our training demo at 4 with some animal that we choose. Then we do more training with the animals, and then we wrap everything up, finish cleaning, and then we all go home. Enrichment for primates was a lot harder than I expected it to be. The point of enrichment is to keep the animal engaged mentally and physically, but oftentimes what keeps them engaged is often like giving a kid a piece of candy. It's something that they like but should only have in moderation. For these guys, it's fruits, but the stuff that we give them is from the supermarket, so it often has more sugar than they would get in the wild. So because of that, we have to make sure that they get it in moderation for enrichment or for training so they don't overdo it, because they would happily eat as much fruit as we could possibly give them if they had the chance. Before I was an intern, I had worked at vet hospitals cleaning up after patients in kennels. While I thought that had helped me with being a zookeeper, it actually ended up hindering me in the long run. At a vet hospital, everything has to be clean, practically sterilized. But at a zoo, the animal's going to be coming right back into that space. They live there. That's basically their home. So while you want it to be clean, I had to learn quickly that instead of being clean, I have to clean up. Which means that while I should pick up all the dirty stuff and wash the room down, I don't need to immediately sweep all the corners and look for any small specks of hay and such that got left behind. It will get cleaned again. It doesn't have to be immediate though. Besides, we want the animals back in as soon as possible. In the past, I've struggled with having confidence in my own decisions. Not in everything, but mostly in things that I'm like, this is very important. I need to get this right the first time and not disappoint whoever I'm learning this, whatever this task is from. It even went so far as to affect how I went about my Primate World internship when I started. As an unfamiliar, tall, male person in the zoo uniform, Goma here already was predisposed to not be welcoming to me. He even displayed where he made a stance at me and threw something into the air when I first started, in the gorilla way of saying, "Look how big and strong I am. Do you really want to mess with me?" And originally I was very stiff. I was very uncomfortable when I started my interactions with him, and it was hard to break that mindset because I didn't want to upset him on accident. Eventually, John, the lead keeper, pulled me aside and gave me a little talk about what he had been noticing with me, and he gave me some good advice. He told me that he could tell that I knew what I was doing and that I should just have more confidence in myself and just do what I know I can do. And it really helped. I loosened up. I started having better interactions with Goma. We were able to do good training, and even here where he's laying down, that's such a sign of being relaxed that it was an amazing experience for me. Whereas on the opposite end, Tujo, the male Bornean orangutan, was much more relaxed and easier in a sense to work with. He was also the one that we usually see when we have our encounters with guests coming to see an orangutan paint and show them what they can do and their artistic ability. And I have a lot of my knowledge and experience from this internship to thank for with John and the other keepers. But John, Caitlin, Ashton, Izzy, they were all so helpful and so willing to educate me and let me know, like, this is what we need to do, this is where you need to improve. And it was so inspiring and enlightening to watch them, how they work, and see, even though they're on guard, they're always so used to working with these animals, and it was amazing to watch. And I honestly can't wait till I'm a keeper and I can actually be that part of the same world as them. So thanks for everything that you've taught me, and I hope I'll see you guys later.